Good afternoon, this is Chuck Morse. Thanks for watching. This Shavuot holiday, which we Jews are observing right now, include traditionally an overnight discussion and Torah study and secular studies and some fun studies which go on at synagogues around the world. And for the past several years, I've been invited to speak at two Boston synagogues. People know that I talk on conservative issues and how they intersect with Jewish issues. This year, my speech was entitled President Donald Trump and the Jews. And one of the synagogues refused to invite me this year, for that reason, I assume. The other did invite me, and I spoke last night. What was interesting is that as I went up to the podium at 1 o'clock in the morning, about more than half, I would say almost 2/3 of the room, got up and boycotted. They left. They simply left the room. Some of them with a haughty attitude, others just walked out. And at the end of my presentation, most of them came back. Some of them had just left for good. And I want to just comment on that because I thought that was interesting. Firstly, I want to applaud the synagogue for inviting me. They have a lot of courage in this day and age to invite someone who is supporting the administration. But the people who walked out, they break down to two types. On the one hand, the small minority of them, maybe the 10%, which I think reflects nationally, are people who are hard left. They despise Trump for reasons that are clear. They support open borders. They support nanny state control over health care. They want to merge the United States into a world order as a providence. All the policies that Obama pushed for and that have been moved toward really since World War II to varying degrees. And that Donald Trump opposes those things. And so they hate Trump and they want to stop him. I understand that. My contention is that those people cannot be reached. It's an exercise in futility to try to reason with them. They have to be opposed. They have to be opposed vigorously at every step of the way, every day. But most of the people who walked out, many of them young people, are well-meaning, unwitting liberals who don't really understand why they hate Trump. The main motivation for them, I would argue, is social. They want social acceptance. They want to be one of the beautiful people. They want to, be popular. And they can see what happens to someone when they don't walk lockstep in this social genre. They can be hurt and they can be destroyed. They don't want that to happen to them, and I understand that. They don't know why they hate Trump. It's not coherent. They just know that he's evil and that it's awful and, they're going to be part of this general thing. I would argue that many, if not most of those people can be reached. They can be reached through love, through patience, through tolerance, and through a subtle perseverance. We can talk to them slowly and carefully, and in a very unobtrusive way. We can ask them why they hate Trump and get into specifics. Do they think we should have open borders? Do they think we should would they feel more comfortable going to an emergency room with their own private insurance, or would they rather have the government run it? Do they think that it's a good thing that we have policies around the world that weaken America's position and promote radical ideologies? Or should they be stood up to? In other words, they can be reached. And I think if we do this, and if we reach enough of them, clearly and carefully over time, then we really can change this country for the better, because the election of Donald Trump is an opportunity that comes along once in generations. He's a revolutionary figure. We need to embrace that. We need to cherish it. We need to advance it. And we need to do it one person at a time, by reaching people who think that they despise Trump and who do for social reasons, but who are basically good people who can be reached. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day.